Essentially, this message is about peace, joy, happiness. They are just other words for peace. No joy, no happiness, if there are no peace. Peace has nothing to do with what's going on in the outer world. If you're waiting for peace in the outer world, you will most likely be waiting forever. There are no conflict in the outer world. And I know that every time I say that, so many people get upset. But there are no conflict in the outer world. The apparent conflict in the outer world is a result of a conflict in the inner world. All apparent conflicts in the outer world is a result of inner conflict. That is one of the core misunderstandings. The conditioned mind is trying to create peace in the outer world. But the conditioned mind comes from a starting point of conflict in the inner world. And even though that the intentions are good, the result will always manifest itself as conflict in the outer world. Just another form of conflict. So the greatest gift that you can give yourself and humanity is to be interested in peace inside of you. And that is actually all that it takes interested in inner peace, to prioritize inner peace, to understand that inner peace is more important than being right. This sharing is all about peace. Humanity has been living with conflict in its heart. Conflict in the mind that has obscured the love that is in the heart. That is probably a better way of describing it. Joy and happiness. And I know that the mind will what's it called? Protest. The mind, it will protest and it will say, I cannot permit myself to be at peace whilst there is so much injustice going on in the world. I cannot allow myself to be joyful as long as there is war, violence, hatred, lies, and so forth in the world. That is how the mind, the conditioned mind, sees it. But I'm not asking you to accept what is going on. What I am proposing is that you accept that it is going on. And that's just a very small change in the wording, in the description. But it is a very important change, a very important difference. I am not asking you to accept what is going on, but I am asking you to accept that it is going on. That will bring you peace. That will stop you from pushing against reality. And what is going on is humanity pushing against reality from all sides. And what we need is humans that stop pushing and start embracing That is love. That is joy. That is happiness. I'm not asking you to accept what is going on. I am asking you to accept that it is going on. Just for this moment. You don't know how the next moment will look. Just for this moment. And don't start telling yourself a lot of stories about how the violence will continue, because you do not know. Or perhaps you want to be right again. Then notice how the peace evaporates at the same instance that you want to be right again. I am not asking you to accept what is going on. I am asking you to accept that it is going on. Then we can start investigating into why it is going on. But that investigation has to take place in ourselves. That is the only place where we can find the answer to what is going on. That is the next evolutionary step for humanity. That is to discover the answer within ourselves. Changes will come. This sharing is all about peace. Are you interested in peace? Stop waiting for it to manifest itself in the outer world. Cultivate peace within yourself. You will find a gold mine there. But you will need to be interested in learning about yourself. Learning about how the conditioned mind operates. The content of the conditioned mind is different for all of us, but the way the mind works are not that different. So if you really want to make a contribution to humanity, then be interested in inner peace. And in that process, we will uncover all that, so to speak, stands between you and this inner peace. So what stands between you and inner peace? The conditioned mind. You You will have to learn about your own conditioning. That requires that you are ready to ask the right questions. Are you ready to ask the right questions? Are you interested in inner peace? Of course you are. Of course you are. The momentum of the conditioned mind is strong. That we have to acknowledge. The conditioned mind is a huge conglomeration of habits. And the momentum of these habits are strong. But all of these habits, they perpetuate themselves because of false beliefs about ourselves, about existence. That is why it is important to be interested in truth, the truth about ourselves. And the amazing thing is that when we discover a truth about ourselves, we discover the truth about existence, about the universe. We discover the truth about God. All that is hidden within ourselves. Covered up by conditioning. But if you are interested in peace, I will guide you. I will guide you to this peace in the coming videos by helping to dismantle this conditioned cover that veil your true existence. Until next time, take care, my friend, and stay safe.